Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm Catherine Jones, CEO and founder of the Back to the Fitra Mentoring Academy, and I'm excited to welcome you to the We Are All Okay Revolution community. This is our movement. We want Muslims across the globe to know that we are all okay, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, in Surah Al-Baqarah 286, that He will never burden a soul beyond what they can bear. Alhamdulillah. So if you are struggling with anger, if you're struggling with anxiety, depression, disconnection from Allah, I guess they're the main ones we hear. If you're feeling challenged in your marriage, in your parenting, if you're struggling with an addiction, these are all the areas in which we can support you here in this community. So you are in the right place if any of those things are of concern to you. And what we will share with you in this group in We Are All Okay Wednesdays, where I will be sharing with you the A to Z of emotional transformation. And I'll give you a tour where you can find that in a moment. Every Wednesday, another letter of the alphabet and more insight into our emotions and how they all work. We also have monthly addiction webinars and monthly parenting webinars, and inshallah more to come as we decide on what other needs you have, inshallah. And once a month, there's an opportunity to win a prize that really is worth over $10,000. And that is lifetime access to our Peaceful Hearts Transformation community, where you will get coaching, group coaching, and group support in many different ways. It's a very valuable prize. And the way you can enter in to win it is this. The winner each first of the month will be someone who is in the top 10, and I'll show you where you find the top 10. So the top 10 for the 30 days has also completed the Peaceful Hearts Challenge. And I'll show you that in a minute too. So I'm going to give you a tour in a minute where you can find all of these things. So make sure you engage actively in the website, because that's how you get in the top 10. And number 2, complete the Peaceful Hearts Challenge. And inshallah, perhaps you'll be a winner and you'll get this valuable opportunity to have a peaceful heart transformation, because in the remembrance of Allah, the hearts find peace. So let's get on with this tour so that then you can go and get started. I'm going to share my screen so I can show you around where you find everything, inshallah. Okay, so what you're seeing here is the About page, which is the page that you would have registered to join. And so that's just the About page of what we've got included here. Let me show you around though. I'm going to start with the calendar. Now, the calendar is a very exciting aspect of this community. And I'm going to go to July because that's got a lot of, oh no, we haven't put all the events in there yet. In the calendar, you will find all the events. So for instance, during the 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, I went live every day, and you'll find those recordings. I'll show you those in a minute. And if you click on an event, it'll give you the details. It'll give you the time in your time. Here it's giving it to me at my time, Adelaide time, and also the link to join. Yes, you get to join with me in the room so you can ask questions. You get to it's a live proper session, right? And you can add it to your calendar so you don't miss a thing, right? And make sure you set alarms or reminders in your calendar so you don't miss a thing. So I love the calendar option because you won't miss out on anything if you keep checking in here and seeing what's on. Now, I told you about the challenge and the leaderboard. If we come to the leaderboard, you see here we have the 30-day leaderboard. So in order to win, you need to be one of these names in the top 10 and to have completed the Peaceful Hearts Challenge. And I'll show you where that is in a moment as well. So what I will be doing in a couple of days' time, because it's the 28th of June for me today. So on the 1st of July, I will go down through this list and I will start with the number one person on the list and check if they've done the Peaceful Hearts Challenge. If they've done the Peaceful Hearts Challenge and they're number one on the list, then they're the winner. But if they didn't complete the challenge, I go to the next person and then the next person until I find the first person out of the top 10 that has completed the Peaceful Hearts Challenge. So the key thing for you to do is complete the Peaceful Hearts Challenge and then work hard to be in the top 30 on the leaderboard. And the way you do that is by engaging in here, commenting on posts, liking posts, being involved, making sure you're going through things and saying that you've completed them. So that's the leaderboard, right? So if we come into the classroom, this is where you'll find the Peaceful Hearts Challenge. So this is where you're listening to me now, is in the welcome. But you come here to the Peaceful Hearts Challenge and you start with part 1 and it'll tell you what to do. And then part 2, 3, and 4. Now, each part is only released one day at a time. So you may not have access to all the parts yet. It depends how long you've been a member at the website when you go to do the challenge. But the idea is that you do one thing a day. I don't want to overwhelm you with everything all in one day. However, if you have access to everything because you've been a member more than 4 days and you want to go through the whole thing in one day, go for it. So that's the classroom. If we go back to the classroom, let me show you about We Are All Okay Wednesday. So this is where you'll find the recordings from our previous sessions. So here's the 10 days of Dhul Hijjah recordings that I showed you on the calendar. Very much worth going through those. I talk about all the key topics like anger and anxiety, reconnecting with Allah, finding khushur, freedom from the shackles of the past, how, forgiveness is freedom, making excellent decisions. All these topics came from what you all said to me when you joined the group. So We Are All Okay Wednesday, the way it works is each one of these is a personal story that leads in. So this is A is for anxious, B is for bitterness, C was for confusion, D was depression, E was exhaustion. And so these are just like personal stories that then led into the live that I did. And so there you can see these are the recordings. So if you go in here, you'll see this is the recording from when I did A is for anxious. And here's where you can share your takeaway. So you share a takeaway that adds you up on the leaderboard. And then if you come down to this next section, you'll see that we've got recordings of interviews I did with various people who've had a transformation in that way, from being anxious to amazed in this case, or from bitter to blissful. Each one is a different interview that you can listen to. So there's lots of content in there for you to go through. So that's where you find the content from We Are All Okay Wednesdays. If you can't attend live in Zoom with me, you can come here and go through the recordings. There's also How to Be Happy Despite Everything. Now, that doesn't get released to you until you're at about a level 3, I think. And Future Focused Families is where the recordings from the parenting webinars are kept. And you don't get access to that until I think you're at level 5. So there's a little bit of encouragement here for you to get involved so that you can get access to more. We're not charging you any money for this, but what we do expect from you is to engage in it. And this is where you will find the recordings of the addiction department webinars, as well as how to access our addiction support. So if anybody needs addiction support, the steps are here, and there's a link here that you can use to register interest in support with addiction. So that's our classroom area. If you come to the members area, you'll see all the different members, and you're actually able to chat with one another If you are not interested in people chatting with you, and by the way, you won't see things exactly like mine because I'm an admin, I've got extra functions there. But and you won't have export. So there's lots of things in here that you won't see that are from my admin side of things, but you can chat with one another and you can message me through here. You will have likely have received a message from me when you joined in here. And probably you don't have as much info as this as I do. However, the settings, you can come to your settings here and you can change your settings in terms of chat, I think, here. Notifications, who can message me, and only members in the group. You can choose which groups. So for instance, it's by group. I'm in lots of different groups. So if you decided you didn't want people to message you, you can actually turn the chat off. All right, so that you don't get people messaging you. I'm just suggesting that because some people don't like strangers messaging you. But have an explore here under the settings, and also you can update your profile here, so that you can say what you want to say about yourself. Put a picture if you want to put a picture. You don't have to put a picture. So let's go back to the community now. That was just a little side trip. And so that leaves us one other area to look at, which is the community area. And this is where all of the announcements are. And you'll see that there's different announcements that I've pinned to the top. If you click here, announcements, you'll just get the announcements. And I'm the only admin can put announcements here, so you don't get bombarded with announcements. Introductions is where you share your introduction, which you do as part of the Peaceful Hearts Challenge. Takeaways is where you share your takeaways from the different videos that are in there. And that's a great way of having a discussion around what you learned and seeing what other people thought of what you learned in there. Here's where you can ask a question if you want to ask us a question. And what else do we have here? General discussion. So if there's something you want to raise as a general discussion, go for it. You can set up a discussion in here. So basically, this is a whole community here for you. So what I want you to do is head straight across after you finish this video to the Peaceful Hearts Challenge and start working your way through Peaceful Hearts Challenge Part 1 so that you could be in the running of winning the Peaceful Hearts transformation. So it's exciting that we have this community. We've wanted it for such a long time to have something that's also available, that's free from Facebook, free from all these different social medias, that's private, but also is available on the phone. So you can download the school app. So you see on here where it says SK, that's the school app. And you go into the school app and there you go. There we are. Oops, get that out of the way. There we are in an app. So you can benefit from this from your phone. Download the app. It's SKOOL. Yeah, SKOOL.com, or go to the App Store and go to SKOOL and download the app. And I can't wait to be supporting you and engaging with you in our community. Meet me in one of the meetings. I know for some of you it might be at a strange time in the night, but just once in a while, set an alarm and join me live in the room and meet me in person. I just love to meet everyone across the globe in our community. So I look forward to meeting you and supporting you, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.